Queens, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about how to stop the bad experiences with dating. There is such a thing. You can have the most pleasant, fun, and dating experience. If you want to stop feeling kind of hopeless, kind of like you don't know how to go about dating, if you want to stop dreading it, then this video is for you. Now, rant alert. There's going to be kind of some ranting, but I'm also going to tell you in the video how to lose the fear. And when you lose the fear and when you get intentional, then the bad experiences stop. So, one of the most common questions I get in my practice is, well, not really a question, but people constantly approach me as a relationship coach, dating coach. They're like, oh, you're a dating coach. Hey, like, can you help me? And they're often really surprised when they hear that dating and dating for marriage are completely different activities, like day and night different. And all of the bad experiences come from dating, when you are just dating. Why is that? Because when you're just dating, you don't really have a clear intention. And when you don't have a clear intention, guess what happens? A lot of random shit happens, a lot of bad happens, a lot of train wrecks happen. But let me tell you, out of 10 people that approach me and say they don't want to date for marriage, they don't want to get married, they're just dating, 9 out of 10, they secretly would like to be married. They would like to find the one and they're happily ever after. But they have a lot of reservations about marriage because their own parents were in a bad marriage, because they think that marriage is not a guarantee to, happiness and success. And that is true. That alone is not it. But when you are intentional, let me just say, there's a lot of people that marry without the clear intention to marry. As you may have heard or known, the friend that moved in with their boyfriend and they stayed together for a century, and then eventually she got tired and finally the guy proposed and they got married. So these are called inertia relationships. I'll make a whole video about this, like I said, probably next week. And 50% of those relationships end up in a train wreck, in divorce and separation. So again, it is a lack of intention to make a successful marriage and a successful couple when you're out there dating and getting together with someone. And along with that is the instant gratification. So it is part of your human nature to also want a quick meal. It is also part of your human nature that when you meet someone, get together with someone, there's fireworks, chemistry, and then you have sex, which is the instant gratification for 2 months, or in the best cases, a year and a half or 2 years, and then it fizzles out. The hookup cycle ends, and then it begins again with a new person. So you going along with your animal instincts without any consciousness and intention to it will bring some of those train wrecks. So when you're out there saying, I just want to get my feet wet or have some fun, or maybe meet the one, maybe find love. When you have that energy of indecisiveness where you don't know what you want, not only is that highly repelling, it's super unattractive. It opens the door for a lot of predation. It opens the door for predators that want that quick meal from you. So maybe it's not you going for the quick meal, but the predator going after you. And what that means is guy starts to invite you out, having sex with you for a while, and then you feel used and abused. So it's a problem when you go out there without a clear intention. And it is the root of every bad experience you've had. When you weren't super intentional, and even in the cases where a marriage did happen, you weren't fully intentional and deliberate about what you wanted. It kind of just happened. You went along with the guy's conditions. And then it wasn't you who was in the energetic lead, in the energetic charge. It was you jumping through the guy's hoops, right? So what I want to say to you here is you can totally change that around. You don't have to go through all those bad experiences and feeling hopeless. It doesn't have to be like that. And it is 100% up to you. And that is what I teach every day, what I help you with. And a lot of that is in the beliefs and fear because of those beliefs that don't align with your desire. Your outward desire of happiness and forever after and marriage and things, and or your secret desire for that. And part of that work that we do together is owning your desire. So a lot of times you don't feel worthy of your desire. My most recent client that signed up with me, she was telling me that a huge part of her issue that she feels is, and what it really was, is that she didn't feel worthy of a man that took care of her, of a man that, made her feel safe, and all the things that you hear about that are possible. She didn't feel worthy. And this is really what was stopping her from claiming it, from claiming that desire. So working on your worthiness and learning to manage your open ego center, your open heart center in your human design. Now, if you don't know your human design, you are missing out. So right now, go to jovian.com and click on Get Your Chart. Type in your information and get your chart. Start getting into human design because it makes a journey of self-awareness and elevating your consciousness that prepares you for the new frequency that we're entering. It's a really, really useful tool designed for that, for the new frequency where self-awareness and getting to know yourself, is how you learn, about yourself, right? So the issue with self-worth and worthiness, a lot of it has to do you have an open heart center or is it defined? That helps us a lot see how to tackle that issue within yourself, right? So it's a tool out there that I highly recommend that you explore if you want to elevate your level of consciousness and awareness about, about yourself. So that, without going on tangents, even though this video is kind of about tangents, and point of it being to stop the bad experiences, you need to own your desire and deal with the fears that come with your desire and align your belief system align your belief system with your desire, right? So in a lot of you, this desire is dormant. And in my channel and in my coaching and things, we activate not only that dormant desire, but the knowledge that is inside of you, right? The inner knowing and all of that with the transmissions here. So if you're on the fence about marriage, if you're against it, I invite you to write down the reasons why, and you will see that a lot of them are external to you, which is like what you saw as a child with your parents, or in the case where it was your own experiences of a failed marriage of yourself. Say, what happened there? Are you able to take responsibility for your own role in that relationship? And if so, you'll be able to see what you can do better. But don't blame the marriage for what you did, right? Don't blame relationships for what you did on your own, responsibility of it. And once you start reflecting and doing the introspection on all of that, you'll start to lose that fear and journal on the fear. Journal on the fear of what could happen if you own your desire of being married, all that stuff, right? And I'll tell you why I say this, because for you to feel safe, as a woman, you need a safe container. And that safe container includes the tangible, the legal aspect. Without full-blown safety, your ability to be vulnerable and go all in will be very limited. And tell me what relationship ever was successful without going full in. Tell me what half-assed effort ever turned out into something great. So, to stop the bad experiences, you need to stop whatever is going inside of you. The fear, the lack of ownership of your desire, and the lack of intention, therefore. So, this applies to online, to everything, right? So, with that, dating for marriage is going to look very, very different from just dating. When you're just dating, anything goes. No rules apply. Kind of like you want to be someone's girlfriend for 2, 3 years, 5 centuries. You want to do that? That's fine, because you had no intentions, you had no plans, you had no desire, you just wanted to be there. So you'll have fun for some time, but then crying in the corners when something went bad, then we have to take radical accountability for our own part in that dynamic. Dating for marriage is going to be an activity where you are looking for a man that wants what you want, and you will act in accordance with the long-term plan. So kind of like, if you want to be married, then being a girlfriend for 5 years, 10 years is getting in the way with your goal, with your intention. And no, being a girlfriend is not the step prior. It's not at all. It's just, yeah. So when you're just dating, you don't need a coach, there's nothing you can learn that will make a difference, because even if you are to play all the tactics and this and that, sure, it will work for a bit of time, but then what? At the time of, when things start to maybe get serious, you'll either self-sabotage or you name it. So I think occasionally you have some exceptions where, things turn into something good, but then, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of them, right? I've seen a lot of them end in divorce when he wasn't sure about you. He met you, he wasn't sure about you. He was lukewarm, and then somehow you grew into him, and then, yeah, that ended up in a divorce, right? So I think in my practice, the best relationships that I see are the ones that started well, started with a clear intention, and they both wanted the same thing, and they had the same values, and yeah. But when it starts kind of like, kind of rocky, kind of where you had to convince a guy, You can never really convince anyone. That's something you'll notice, right? No matter what you do, no matter what you say, like, yeah, people can go along and tolerate you and this and that, but they weren't quite that into you. People use people, right? So anyway, it's too much of a rant, but this is an invitation for you to get clear on your intentions. And that's my message to you. Okay, ladies? Talk to you guys soon, and bye for now.